get the chance to travel the world, but I don't have any plans. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wise.
Yo, hello there YouTube fans, I'm here again. Been a bit busy this past week, doing stuff, so I thought I'd let you know I'm still around. And as I did Pumpkinhead, and I was going to do the utility, why not? Pumpkinhead 2 Blood Rings. A couple of years later, in the early 90s, we had a sequel, that being Pumpkinhead 2 Blood Rings. Took a different story from the original, but similar, the same design and the same monster. The same monster, as I'm about to say. Where can I go? It starts off, it's based on the olden times, 1950s I'd say, and you get some cocky, both to be teenagers. You kill this lad's badly deformed, and they kill him. And again, you set off these horrible wits, a couple more cocky teenagers. Again, believing being teenagers is like believing that I'm Superman. So, they kill the wits, but it's the same wits from the original, it's a different story. But they killed his old woman, and she casts a spell. Long and behold, the teenagers get killed one by one. That's an interesting one, this, and it does have an interesting twist, as the teenagers are the sons and daughters of the ones who killed the young lad, the one who was badly deformed. And that's Pumpkinhead, kind of like the original. It kind of reminds me of another film actually, shot in 1981, called Dark Knight of the Turtle. I have to review that one day. That's quite a good film, and just have a similar story, that they killed a guy who was deformed, and in this they kill a guy who's deformed. Comes with an evil spirit in both. The other thing is, I think Dark Knight of the Turtle was more of a murder mystery, whereas you've got Pumpkinhead itself. The funny thing is, you've got a real well-known lot of faces in it. But one who plays a nurse, who you might remember played one of the Bond girls in Live and Let Die. You've got a sheriff who's the main character. Interesting to see him play a good guy, as you might remember him playing Strawberry in the original Dirty Harry, and he played in the original Hellraiser, as well as making a test appearance in Hellraiser 2. You've also got another actor you might remember if you ever watched Dyers, the actor who played Ray. He plays one of the dads. Again, you got a lot of gruesome deaths. You got one guy making out with some girl, which is funny because you actually buy this woman humping this guy. He's fat, he's bald, talented, I'm getting a bit better, apart from being good looking. And I'm going to look a bit thin, that's why I save it. But there's a difference. I'm good looking. This guy is fucking ugly. The girl you might remember is played in Savage Streets. But like a few movies that I've reviewed, one also being Return of the Living Dead. Definitely not shy at ripping them out for the lads. Again, it kills people, it kills Ray, it goes for the son, and it kills all the teenagers, and then it goes for the other one. The sheriff is one of the guys who befriended Pumpkinhead before he became Pumpkinhead, and they managed to get rid of Pumpkinhead. It gets its sweet revenge, and they send it straight back to where it belongs. It's kind of interesting, this one, because I don't really feel that Pumpkinhead was as evil as what he was in the original. Granted, they were assholes in the original, but at least they had a guilty conscience. All these were scumbags. And the Pumpkinhead you have more sympathy for. He wasn't just an evil demon from hell. He used to be someone who was slow, and he was murdered by scumbags. So you could say that Pumpkinhead was getting revenge for himself as well as the rich. Now whether the rich was the same rich from the original, different story. But I don't mind Pumpkinhead for what it is, Pumpkinhead 2, the rings, blood rings, if I pronounce the word right. It's not a bad one. It's not as good as the original, but it's not a bad one as well. Some of the other sequels did get shitty as they went on, and you can tell they was made for DVD. But again, I don't mind it as what it is, you know. It does have a nice ending to the film, and I do like the song in it at the end. It downly makes you feel sorry for Pumpkinhead in this one. He isn't just some evil demon, like I said. So, what way things gonna give Pumpkinhead blood rings? Fuck it. 4-star rating. Because I don't see anything wrong with it, and it's not a bad film for what it is. Going into it for blood and gore, you get it, and it definitely kicks ass in the revenge department. It is what it is. The review's not really that long because there's not really a lot to review about Pumpkinhead 2 Blood Rings. Again, like the original one, a witch gets killed, gets run over. She dies on the obstacle. Granted, they killed people before. These were your cocky teenagers who don't give a shit. The witch sends Pumpkinhead. Once he dies, she resurrects his Pumpkinhead, and it's that guy. So there you go. That's Pumpkinhead, sort of in the early 90s. Kind of think now what year it was in, but I know it came out in the early 90s. It's not a bad one. Again, 8-star rating. Again, I'll talk about other films and other reviews on the way. I've not forgotten my chakras, and I'll keep you up to date with other films as this one wasn't really that big. I will be doing my chakra films, like I said. Doing some video nasties, reviews that is. And I'll be also talking about cannibal films. Again, with cannibal films, I'm not really a lover of animal cruelty. So I will be talking about the uncut version of the cannibal films, which is that interesting touch. And again, I'll be doing other stuff as well. It won't be long before I do updates to some of my other reviews, because I feel they do need a bit of an update. But other than that, I'll keep you in touch with other things and other things what I'm doing. I'll let you know if I've passed them courses or not. Hopefully I will, and I'm doing pretty well on them courses. I'm just hoping that I'm doing the right thing. My manager seems impressed with me, and you know, I'll keep you up to date with them. But yeah, I've been busy a few days, like I said, but I will still be doing them reviews. Definitely kicking ass. Other than that, I'll keep you up to date of other things I'll be doing. Why not? I'll say some of my stuff. What I've not been doing. If I can fucking find them. Again. Face sealed. Don't wear a mask. And government ain't gonna fucking wear one. And yes, I know it's hard to find work at the moment, but I'll stick to them fucking courses. Again, to keep you into the trucks, that was Pumpkinhead from the early 90s. Into then, I'll see you later. And whatever you do, don't run over any old women, or Pumpkinhead will get you.